Hello, thank you so much for joining us. We're all systems go, and today we're playing Blades in the Dark. My name's Sean, and I'll be leading the session. These are my lovely players, Logan, Abby, and Sarah.
Save us.
Send help.
And if you weren't with us last time, we're in the middle of a heist currently. And let's see, I believe Abby and Sarah as Sylph and Echo are currently trying to escort an ill elderly woman over a 10-foot wall as secretly as possible.
No problem.
Escort makes it seem consensual. It's really not.
She's under trans powder. It's totally consensual.
And let's see, Logan as Duchess is currently confronting a rival gang who is about 2 seconds away from shooting him. So, or her.
All I need a second and a half.
A second and a half. That's all we ever need. So we'll just jump right in. The leader of the Foghounds, Margaret Vale, is looking at you expectantly, Duchess, with her gun cocked and ready to fire.
I open my mouth and flashback.
Okay. All right. Flashback number 1. Keep track of these at home, kids.
Yeah. Oh boy. Okay. I want to acquire an asset.
All right.
And
so
I don't think that you have to declare what asset you'd like to do, right?
No, it just covers.
Yeah, and then you can whatever you get, you can spend that quality to acquire something.
So they acquire the asset is just the activity. So you should be saying like who you're talking to or who are you going to get this asset.
Well, good. I love that you asked because I think I'm going to go to Night Market.
To Night Market?
Or, no. Duns, no, Borrow Cleft.
Borrow Cleft? For the bonus?
Yeah, because an extra 2 heat. Who needs that?
Logan's just racking up the heat.
For the stress. So
you're going to go to Night Market? Okay.
Yeah, an extra die for 2 stress as I try and procure an illegal contraption. And you roll your tier.
Your tier.
Plus 1 die.
Can I have +1 from Night Market?
Is Vinny a contact of mine?
Is he in your contact list?
Yes.
Let me check that. I don't know about that one. I don't see Vinny in your contact list.
That says shrewd friends, not contacts.
That would be your contacts. I'm gonna say no, unless you go directly to Vinny to acquire the asset.
In which case you might lose your Night Market. Yeah.
Yes.
So either way, that's fine.
That's the trade-off.
Well, then maybe I'll just do Vinny and not take that 2 stress, yeah?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, perfect. This is going to go so terribly.
Great. Okay. Perfect. So that's starting at a tier 0 asset.
Love it.
And you can spend coin to raise that. Did you spend coin for this action or rep?
Coin.
Because I think you used up all your actions previously.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
I need to keep track of this because I have a feeling about it.
Okay, yes. And I'm at tier 0. Great, perfect.
Did you spend a coin or a rep? You didn't actually tell me.
Oh, no, I did. I said coin.
Oh, okay. Yes, and you're at tier 0.
I need to flashback within this flashback to procure a loan to complete my flashback to buy something.
Okay. All right, so I haven't even put any prices on these flashbacks. I think to acquire an asset isn't anything. I think, who are you going to for a loan?
Ooh, this can be up to the group because I think it would be a big decision. We can do the devil that is we haven't introduced yet, lingering from last time. I could just go to one of the nobles and maybe it could just happen to be Sarah's family. Or Slate, the guy who's in charge of the race, and be like, hey, I need a small loan because I'm working.
A down payment.
A down payment.
I like the devil idea. Like, maybe you go to, like, one of the factions that were... Like, maybe you go to the Wraiths, and the Wraiths, like, don't want to help you, and then this devil just shows up and is like, hey, I'm your guy. And then you have to take from him because there's nobody else.
And do we know that he's a devil necessarily, or does it, like, turn out later that we find out that he's a devil?
I mean,
I think
probably
we'll have
not
to
just
play
walking
that out.
around as a devil, but okay.
Yeah, most devils don't just walk around.
I like that then. We can do the
Yeah.
devil. I can procure a loan. I'm sure there's no strings attached.
No strings attached.
Totally fine.
Okay. All right. So, do you think you go to the Wraiths first, maybe? Because I like that too.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
Okay.
I would find Slate first.
I think you do. Yeah, you find Slate. I think this will be a one stress flashback, just because it's two different people, and the Wraiths are not necessarily easy to get in contact with. Much less a devil or demon. It's same. So the Wraiths, I think, yeah, you get in contact with Slate, and he's basically like, no, y'all. We contracted you to finish the war, but I'm not going to pay for
I
your...
like the idea of him being like, well, I would, but we just recently lost a lot of money at an auction, and so we're a little short on cash.
Yeah, or he's like, we have our, we're busy working on other things. If you can't procure your own resources, then we're not giving you ours. You're not worth our stuff.
Well, that is fine. I'll go somewhere else. It's a pleasure.
And I think maybe you're walking back to the tower, trying to like brainstorm back to y'all's tower hideout, and you're trying to like brainstorm, like, okay, great, who am I going to ask next? Like, what noble can I get away with asking? When you feel like just this odd sort of like pull, basically, like sort of like wind is like, the wind is almost like directionally like pulling and pushing you down an alleyway that you don't normally go down. And so kind of as you follow that pull just a little bit, it's like you see a sort of shrouded figure kind of in the darkness, and it talks to you in a very like, I'm thinking, it's a human voice, but it has like an edge to it. There's something almost kind of like sharp and overpronounced about the way it's saying things. And the figure kind of reaches its hand out, and there's just like a pile of coins in its hand, and it says, I heard, Duchess, that you are requiring funds for a current problem. And I'd be more than happy to offer some help in this time of need.
Well, you seem quite generous or quite dumb to be carrying around that much coin and just whipping it out.
It kind of barks a little laugh. I'm
Either
not
way,
too worried.
I think you're someone I can work with. Both of those are traits, I think.
Of course, it kind of like grasps, like it's like holding them out to you, like about to maybe like drop a couple, but then it kind of like pulls its hand back, and it says, just know that when the time comes, I will be calling in a return favor of my own. Is that amenable?
I'd put it in a contract, dear. I whip it out. I just whip it out, the one from Slate, and I cross out Slate's name, and I put... And who can I make this out to?
I feel like a sigil should just like burn on.
I was gonna say, so it like goes, it kind of laughs again and is like, "My, you're a clever one." And then it says, it kind of like taps one finger, and you can see there's like a very long sort of nail coming out of that. Taps one finger against the contract, and the contract just like shifts under like it was your contract, and then now the writing has just like shifted and changed. And it says there is a sigil where this person's name would be, and it says, "I have no name that is important to you, but I offer this money freely for now. Just be sure not to refuse my future requests." And then like it starts like dropping coins, and they just don't stop. Like it's like they're just being created out of its hand, and like they keep...
I love it.
They're just like falling on the floor.
It's like no face.
How much coin are you pulling from this?
Oh, let's see. I'm 0.
Because you could tell it to stop. I'll let you set the amount and be like,
when?
Yeah, actually, or you could go over and have extra. I'll let you have extra, but it will decide what the cost. The cost will only get greater as you keep going.
I think I want to procure a smoke bomb.
Okay.
So that's tier 2. So I need to get this up to...
You just need to bump it up 2 levels, so that's only 2 coin.
Oh, okay.
I feel like we need to get like the maximum amount of coin out of this bad
I know,
deal.
yeah. What about large smoke bomb, huh? Something that explodes and is a smoke bomb?
You can, if you want to like make a new item that might be a little different.
I think I'll just do a smoke bomb, but I'll take out like 4 coin. Just have 2 in reserve.
Okay, sure. So it gives you the equivalent of 4 coin before kind of dwindles and slows down, and kind of like pulling back its hand. The creature sort of says, "You will know when I come calling next, and I, of course, expect an answer. Good luck, Duchess."
I really
kind of just
like
fades.
the idea of it like leaving its little sigil, like maybe like on my wrist or something, and like when it burns, that's when he's coming calling.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so I think that would happen like it's dropping the money, and then it's getting closer and closer to like where your hand is, and then one claw like it like stabs your skin. Like it like pierces your skin, and then from like draws its hand away, and the blood that seeps out kind of like forms this sigil on your wrist. And it says, yeah, and like pointing, it kind of like tapping on it again. It's like, "You'll know when I call."
A pleasure.
It just walks away, and kind of maniacal laughter echoes through the...
I'm sure that will never come back to haunt me. Well, I'll use that money to pay Vinny to make me a smoke bomb.
Okay.
Hopping out of that flashback into my previous flashback.
Into your previous flashback.
I now have enough coin to complete that.
Yes, you now have enough coin for your smoke bomb. Okay, so you've acquired the bomb. I think that's +2 heat just from getting the bomb.
Yes, it is.
Will you just add that to your, or
Yeah, I'm adding it as we go.
okay, just add it automatically to your crew sheet. And now you have a smoke bomb.
Okay,
What's
so
that?
finishing that flashback, I go back into real time. I'm just about to say something to her, and I want to flashback to me, like hooking up the smoke bomb to like the front of the gate or something.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like taking one wire when it's discharged or whatever, like taking a wire and like hooking it up to the bomb and like then to the gate.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember we had him leave it on, but
Yeah,
maybe
the
let's
gate.
instead,
It's all
maybe instead we actually have him leave it off, so it's currently off, and when he turns it back on, it'll make the bomb go off.
Okay. Yeah.
Which, since I'm changing something, I should probably have to pay a stress for that.
I was
I
gonna
think
say
that's
that's
fair.
one stress. Yeah, because we're kind of retconning.
Okay.
That's fine.
And then instead of the whistle meaning, hey, we're coming back over, now it means, hey, switch the thing back on.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Does
so
that
now
make it harder for us to get over the back wall?
I think I'm going to try and stall until you guys are over.
Perfect. Okay. So we
So-
should whistle once we're over.
Yes. I'll know what that means.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, then we're back in the present. So you've got your bomb planted.
So I guess, do you want me to roll to try and stall to see if it affects them, or have them
Let's have
keep
the
going?
girls roll to try and get over first.
Okay.
And then that will kind of affect how yours works out. I
Got it.
think.
Okay.
All right. So,
Okay,
the two of you have a highly ill woman.
I've got.
I'm a doctor, don't worry.
I've got light climbing gear,
Okay.
so I'll check that. So I have enough load for it,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll just hook this wheelchair up to like a rope that's wrapped around, and like make like a pseudo pulley system and get her over.
Right. Get her over. Okay. I'm gonna have you roll something for that.
Yeah. Can I tinker with it?
I was gonna say, yeah, I think Tinker would be a good one for that, because y'all aren't really trying to be stealthy anymore, but
No,
so
we're
much.
just getting.
So your position, I think, is risky standard for
Okay.
Tinker.
Do you want to help me, Sarah?
Yes, I can, like, I can either finesse and like help get everything just right, or I can tell what's her face to be really, really still.
Whatever you want to do. Let me see. I'm trying to see.
Does she even have enough energy to not be still?
I mean, she is pretty still already.
She is under trance. So.
I mean,
She
I
might
think
have died at this
finesse
point.
is not a bad idea.
Don't say that about my grandma.
Because
What was that, Sean? Sorry.
I said I think finesse would be good because you can, you like know sailors' knots and stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
You've worked on ships, so you know.
Making a pulley system easy.
Yeah,
peasy.
jerry rigging
It's
a pulley
just-
system.
Yeah. Okay, so
cake.
I'll roll finesse.
Guys should
And
do
I
a
would
group
take
action.
1 stress to help.
Yeah, if you help me, you don't have to take.
You don't roll.
A roll. Yeah, you'll just
Okay,
take stress.
but I'll just take. Then I'll
You
just
take the stress,
Yeah,
or
that's
you
fine.
could do a group action, like Logan said.
We should do a lot of group actions now because we have synchronized and we've never once used it.
It's true. We could do a group action. Is not a bad idea.
Okay.
But there's how much Tinker do y'all have?
I have 1.
0.
It's probably better to do the help.
Or we could group action finesse.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah. Okay. For okay, yeah, sure. Standard risky still.
Okay.
Group action finance.
You also have that guy on the other side. I don't know if that helps you at all. If you're just like, hey, hold this rope or something.
I think he's there. I don't think he's really much of a
He's
guy.
weak.
He's more of the brain
He's-
rather than the bronze of this current situation.
I'm scared.
Okay. Don't be scared. We got
I'm
this.
scared.
We live for this moment. Okay, I'm gonna roll finesse risky standard.
Okay.
And it's gonna be awesome. Let's do it.
Nice. You have 2 finesse. That's amazing. Here's
Yeah.
mine. So I got a 5 and you got a 5. So we're all good.
Hey, perfect. Yeah. So
We're pros.
Pros.
you're not quite pros. I mean, there's still a consequence.
Sean.
you made it, but there's still a consequence. Okay, so I think you're able to get her over. It's just not quite as smooth sailing as you'd hope, considering you're trying to get a lady in a wheelchair over a 10-foot brick wall, as well as down the other side.
Really
So I
to
think
be expected.
I think, yeah, to be expected. I'm impressed you didn't at all, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I think
In a
it takes
wheelchair.
longer, and it might make things. I think it's going to make things a little harder for Logan to keep them.
If I were to
distracted.
resist that, what would that be?
I
If
have
you were
way more stress to play with than you,
Okay,
so I
go
think
for it.
you shouldn't resist.
okay,
Okay.
yeah, sure.
I want that sweet.
So
sweet
we give a
trauma, though.
whistle once we're
Oh,
over.
I mean, if you want
No,
trauma,
I
go
don't.
for it. Don't you already have a trauma?
No, I'm the only one without.
Oh, okay.
Join us.
Fun.
It's fun.
And the traumatized side.
And Twitch. So we're just like,
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll flash back in time then to when before they're able to get over the wall. And so
Yes.
now you knew it was going to take them a little while, but so you're going to have to kind of talk for your life anyways, but now it's going to be a little bit harder.
Yes. Which of them?
I think what I'm going to do, because they didn't get a 6, you're going to be, normally I would say you're a desperate standard for anything, you're going to be desperate limited.
Got it. Which I don't think it would be command. I think it would probably be sway to just like buy myself time. Like I'm swaying her not to immediately shoot me.
I think you could do either there, yeah.
Definitely not
I-
consort, I don't think.
I feel
Not
like
co-
sway is more charm and command is more
Force of
don't do it. Yeah. Like I'm telling you what to do.
I would say, I mean, she doesn't like you, so good luck commanding her, but you can try.
Well, I guess so. I don't want to. What I'm saying, so I'm gonna. When she's pointing at me, what did she say? Like, give me a reason why she
She
shoot
said,
you.
give me one reason not to shoot you right now.
Do I know her name?
You actually don't know her name, unless somehow you found out. But you don't.
don't want to
I
flashback.
said it, but you don't actually know.
Okay. Then I think I've just sort of raised my hand, sort of play along with her little game, and I say, I'll give you reason not to shoot me. Do you think I would be here alone? No, I have about 10 guns trained on you right now. If you even move that finger, your whole little crew will become nothing more than some salami paste on the ground. I'm sorry, eel paste.
Eel salami.
Eel salami. Okay, you'll look like a 2-bit diner gone wrong. So how about you lower that weapon?
All right. So yeah, I'll say you're desperate, limited, and roll that. sway.
I'm gonna push myself. Oh, it's getting pretty high.
You want a devil's
Do you have a
bargain?
devil's bargain for me?
That's a great question. I did just already bring in a demon, so
I
what
know,
more can
yeah.
I do? Let's see.
You could have like a random passerby see Duchess, and then somehow whoever your brother-in-law is, that who's trying to come after you, like knows you've been involved in this.
Yeah, Jaren.
Is he a brother-in-law? He's something.
Yes, he's your brother-in-law. He's your husband's brother.
My
And you killed
late
Brother
husband.
and
Show
ex-law.
him respect,
Yeah.
please.
Ex-brother-in-law. Yeah, like there's a witness. There's a concrete witness.
Yeah. Let me see. What I had another idea right before that. Yeah, let's go with yeah. Someone knows that you've been here, recognizes you.
You could also, if you really wanted to be fun, it could just anger the Foghorn faction, and we could just be at war with them.
Don't do this to us. No.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Actually, I like that a lot.
It's fine.
Great.
Abby.
It's not fine. We'll be tier 0. It'll be like we just started this game.
Oh shit! I forgot about that. Okay, no, I don't like that.
I like the idea of being at war, but mechanically it sucks.
Yeah, okay. I was just thinking the downtime restrictions, not the fact that it would be tier 0. That goes away when we are done with the war, doesn't it?
Yeah, you can finish the war any which way.
But then we would go back up to where we were?
Yeah. It's a temporary, it's to show that you're limited in your power because you have to focus resources on something else, on the war.
Oh god.
That's I think what it's mechanically trying to do.
I don't think I want to do that then.
I think the devil's bargain now is going to be the Foghounds have been kind of ignoring y'all and focusing on the sirens, but now they're going to start hunting. They're going to be explicitly
hunting us,
trying to find you, and I'll figure out how that works.
So, but we wouldn't be mechanically at war.
You would not be mechanically.
Okay, that's fine. I will. So when
they're
I push
currently
myself,
already at war. Technically,
I'm gonna instead of add a die, I'm gonna add one to my effect, so I'm at standard again.
Okay, from that devil's bargain.
No, from pushing myself.
Oh, from pushing yourself.
Yeah. Can I do the same thing with devil's bargain, or is that just a die? I think that's just a die, isn't it?
I think you can do it with both of them.
Yeah, I think you can do it with both of them too.
I mean, I think it's
Oh gee, I don't want to die.
Oh no, I guess it is only a die.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean that's fine. Either way, I'm gonna do one with one and another with the other. So functionally, same thing.
Okay.
And would you say that's commanding or swaying? I have one die, so it doesn't actually matter. I have one in each, so it doesn't matter.
I think sway.
Sway incorporates deception, so that makes sense.
Oh yeah, I forgot I'm actually lying. I don't have people.
You are lying, and your collateral is kind of the threat of them getting shot.
Oh my god, I'm gonna die.
Roll.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
A 3-2, so that is failure. Okay.
Oh no.
You say this, and Margaret Vale shoots you. Take take level 4 harm.
Oh my god. Well, I will check armor.
Okay, so now it's level 3.
You have the load for that, right?
Yeah.
Because I know you were light.
No, I did normal.
Oh, you did normal. Okay.
I think only
was light.
Okay.
Yeah, Echo was light.
What is heavy armor? Is that just a second
It's
use
a second
of armor?
use of armor. Yeah.
Okay. But that takes 5.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay, so it's down to 3. And then I will resist it
Yes.
with prowess? That makes sense?
Yeah, I think that's the physical one.
Yeah. I was going to be like, oh, I could just take the brunt of it, or I could jump out of the way, but they're both prowess, so. Oh my god, I'm going to. Okay. Oh! Well, that's fine.
Only 1 stress.
Oh,
So you're at level 2 harm.
Okay.
Boom.
Alright, yeah. So,
And that's what? Shot, I guess level 2 harm.
Yes. So we'll say she was aiming for your heart, but
I don't have
luckily
advantage.
it was dark, and so she actually ended up, more in sort of the shoulder range, and luckily you had some armor, but definitely one of your arms is not functioning at full capacity. And the two of you, I think you're only about halfway. I think you're only like have just gotten her over on top of the wall when you hear a shot ring out through the courtyard.
I need you to just jump off this wall and throw her.
And we're like, gotta go!
Gotta go!
At least the down is probably easier.
Yeah, maybe.
Just...
How?
I'm just jump off a tempo
We
wall.
just
I don't care if you
fireman's
take a level
pull
harm.
down.
You have to get her down safely.
Getting her
She's
down is
still
the problem.
in a wheelchair. So I think either roll a fortune die.
I got it.
Just straight fortune. And hope for high rolls.
Girl power, we got
4.
this.
Okay, 4. So, y'all kind of, you hear the shot and you're like, oh, fuck, it just got real very fast. And both of the two of you, I think, or one of you jumps down, and then the other basically just throws the old lady and then throws the wheelchair and then jumps down as quickly as possible. She is going to suffer.
I think we
harm
take
from...
her out of the wheelchair.
Yeah. I'm assuming you're not throwing her in the wheelchair.
No.
This manhandling, though, is going to cause her harm.
Can I resist that?
Can't you do like superhuman things?
I can do superhuman things, but I have to push myself, and we didn't make like a roll.
Yeah, we just did a fortune roll.
Yeah, because they kind of already rolled for their getting over the thing. So, this is, I guess, you could consider it a part 2 consequence to Logan's very bad roll.
Okay.
Level 1.
So
no, I don't think you can resist that.
Okay.
And this will come in to play potentially later. So she looks kind of jostled and out of it.
Fine.
More, not like she isn't already out of it, but you can definitely tell she's kind of hurting. And
okay,
her little IV bag of ectoplasm is precarious. Okay, so 100-old lady. I think Margaret shoots you, Duchess, and she says, she realizes, do you think Duchess falls to the ground, or like
no.
stands up? Okay. So she sees that she missed and only hits your arm, and is like, damn, I'm not as good a shot as I thought. And then she starts cocking the gun for her part 2.
I think like as I like get shot, I like also like while I'm moving, like whip out my pocket pistol and just blind shot at her.
Okay, yeah. So you have to roll for that.
Yes. And at what point does the smoke bomb? I assume that he's like also going to turn the wall back on if he's hearing gunshots.
Well, he had to wait until they got off. So I think if you're going to shoot, it's going to happen before.
Okay, so I don't have the negative. That's what I was asking. So I'm not shooting into the smoke cloud.
No, you're not shooting into the smoke, but you're still injured.
Yeah. So I have a minus of 1d. That's fine. So I'm at 0 to what? Finesse or finesse is
a pocket pistol could be finesse,
or it could be prowl.
Oh yeah, that's what I was like. I thought one of them was.
I don't think it's.
Oh, prowl is only close violence.
Prowl is close violence, and I would assume you need some sort of element of surprise. You could actually be in a skirmish because she did
open fire.
I think shooting is finesse.
I mean, it's whatever you want it to be. So
I want it to be finesse.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
I want it to be finesse, prowl, or wreck. But
it's definitely not wreck.
Skirmish.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you finesse. So you're gonna be at desperate standard still.
Think of the XP you're getting.
I know.
It's not over yet. You're not out of the woods, even close.
Okay, here we go. I don't want. Wait, bonus die. I
You
have
do a minus one.
Is it gonna do it for me automatically? We'll see.
I
If
don't know.
not,
I don't-
it'll be.
It'll be the last one that's taken off.
Well, it's gonna. I need to roll 0, and it will
Oh.
roll 1, maybe.
So you have to roll an extra.
Great.
So
Okay.
roll an extra one.
Just do it again.
So yeah, I don't think it does it automatically. Yes.
Okay.
All right, 4. So you succeed. Okay. So you get your shot off, and you're shooting at her, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Her.
You kind
face,
of
her dumb hat face.
you don't. I don't think you get her in her hat. You
No, it was a
Get-
bloodshot. So.
yeah, you get her
Whatever.
like in her leg, I think, kind of in her thigh. And she was about to like cock another shot at you, and she's like yells out, just like, "Oh fuck!" and then is like about to shoot you, and then the rest of them have all pulled out some guns to try and shoot you too. And I think at this point, they've gotten over, and the Alphonse has kind of picked up on the fact that yeah.
Come on, Alphonse. I know you're slow, but let's go.
Shit's going down, and so he's quickly kind of plugged everything back in, and you hear like the crackle of electricity suddenly, and then there's a big kind of explosion, not sort of in a forceful way, but thick black smoke, sort of acrid smoke starts just fills everyone's vision. And starts spreading out from the gate that is now electrified. You are on one side. You can hear them coughing. Even you kind of have the urge to cough, but you knew it was coming, so you kind of aren't breathing right now.
I don't.
You even hear a couple shots kind of like ding around, like people. Are still...
The moment that happened, I like dove to the ground behind a wall.
You're good.
Do you remember we found a trap door? Did we open it inside the house?
We opened it, but it was just dark, and we didn't go in.
Okay.
We didn't have time. I think we
And
decided.
I think we rolled a fortune, and we didn't know of any tunnels under this place. Okay. So then I guess I'm just gonna run around to the back.
Yeah.
And go up and over the wall as well. So I'll have to like.
Well, you're in luck. There's
them.
a whole pulley system.
Yeah, I think I'll whistle though, so he turns it off.
Yeah.
A little
so
singed.
I don't die.
Okay. So I think I'm gonna need you to roll something to encapsulate like doing that quickly enough.
Probably.
But your allies can help you because they're right there.
I think I would argue maybe like prowl, because I'm trying to like go around the back almost stealthily so they don't just go, oh, we can walk around this place and they'll be at the back of the wall. But like prowl like around and up and over.
I would let you do.
I guess, what are you thinking? I'll tell you if it matters, because I have a 1 die in most things.
You know, there's not really a good one for being like doing something just quickly.
Prowl is climb,
Finesse
swim,
is my
run,
only other
jump,
guess.
tumble.
Yeah, and traversing skillfully and quietly. You're not really doing quiet, but you are doing skillful, I think. So yeah, I think you could do prowl for sure.
Okay.
Do we want a group action prowl for you?
Risky standard.
I have 0 on prowl. Just
I know.
refresher.
How would we do a group action? Like you guys helping me up?
I mean, y'all
Yeah.
can aid. You can just aid him.
Like, we can turn off the thing and I can hop up and we can, like, pull you over.
Help pull you
Yeah.
over because you have one not very functional arm.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that would work.
Okay. I can lead it. It'll be
What are
fine
we
unless
rolling?
we all fail.
Prowl?
And if we all fail, we have bigger problems anyways.
I have
Well-
4 open stress.
Oh, maybe you should lead this then.
Okay.
Because I have 2.
So I will be like, okay, we're gonna leave a loop so we can just like, you can just hold on to the rope essentially, and you don't need both hands. Using my super sailor knots, I will lead this with a prowl. Ba-da-ba. What are we, risky standard, Sean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to be risky standard.
Cool.
That smoke bomb bought you a measure of safety.
Sweet. No bonus die. Let's go.
Okay.
Yay.
Okay. Here's mine.
Hey,
Mine's
nice.
a 5.
Let's hope for a 6 on me. Yes!
No.
Wow.
Mine's a 5.
Oh, yours is a 0. Damn it.
Yeah.
So 2 stress?
Only 1.
No, only 1 stress.
Yeah, only 1 for you.
Cool.
But and you got a 6
we got a 6
for the
so we're,
overall
we're
activity.
good.
So yeah, so I think you're good. You are able to get Duchess over safely. Fawn's kind of rehooks up the gate real quick right after that. You hear shouting and people like starting to spread out and like investigate the perimeter. But y'all, I think, have already gotten to your hidden gondola and are speed gondoling out of there.
Speed gondoling away.
Unless there was something else y'all really wanted to do. We know from last time that adding things on to the end of a mission is not always a good idea.
It might result in trauma.
It might result in trauma. Okay. Yeah, so you speed gondola away and are able to safely make it back. You drop off Alphonse. It's a very crowded gondola, actually, today.
Crowded gondola.
And return to the tower, to your tower?
Yeah.
Blindfold this lady.
She's... I mean, you
can't
can.
know where the tower is. She can't know what
She's
it looks
not
like.
very cognizant.
That's fine. I agree. Let's blindfold her. And then beat her up for good measure.
No!
Oh, she's already beat up.
She already looks worse for wear than when she
I'm
was
already
up
like
in...
hovering protectively over her.
I imagine we get back and I'm like, oh, we need to get Stev over here. And you think it's for her and I think it's for me.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, she needs help.
Yes, I do need help.
Okay, because y'all have not finished the mission.
No, we haven't.
Yeah, we have to blackmail Lord
You
Penderton.
have to... The last part is blackmailing Lord Penderton.
Are there... Can you... are there cameras? No cameras. Okay.
I mean... Maybe some people have made experimental, like, video capture of some kind. But I think...
Well, I think we're good. How about we just get back and then when we'll stay there.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least I will, because I'm bleeding out.
Or if you want, you can take downtime, but you won't get a payout.
Let's just finish it. We don't need to...
can...
I mean, he'll know his mom is gone.
Yeah, that's true.
Almost immediately, yeah.
So we can just send him a note that's like, Lord Penderton, we've taken your mother. Please get on this boat at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning and don't come back, and we'll make sure that she's safe.
How about we... Do we think we need to buy him a ticket?
No. He's a noble. He has money.
Okay.
We just schedule his flight for him, but he still has to pay for it.
Yeah, we'll pay on arrival. And then just tell him that we'll send his mom on a ship the day after.
Yeah. And if he doesn't obey, then she dies.
But she might die.
Exactly. That's a positive.
How are we going to ensure that he doesn't just get his mom and come right back?
What do you mean? Well, because we know about her now, so we can just kill her when she comes back.
Ooh, actually, technically. So we just needed to remove his influence in the city. They didn't say for how long. So the moment that criteria is completed, check, contract complete.
Yeah.
Our litigiousness is coming back in our favor this time. If he comes
back, then we just have more work and they can pay us more.
I'm pretty sure I said remove his influence forever, actually.
Or we just keep the grandma as our hostage forever.
And I will go look back.
House grandma.
Echo, do you understand that this is not your grandma?
No.
Echo didn't really ever have a grandma, so everyone's her grandma.
Was there a reason we couldn't just kill Penderton? Did they ask us not to do that?
They would prefer you didn't because it's high profile.
Okay.
He is a major target.
You could do it stealthily. Be like, hey, we have your mom. Come pick her up and then kill him and her.
That's a good idea.
No!
You can do anything, really.
What if we kill her in front of him and it crushes him and then he just becomes a shell of a man?
Solid Echo will not let that happen. Sorry.
If we just have him go somewhere else, why would he come back? What does he have to live for here? Nothing.
We got rid of his paramour. We got rid of his mother.
True. Who knows what happened to Venus?
Or we just say, your grandma is on this ship. You're muted, Logan.
I think it's his mom.
Yeah, it's his mom.
Oh, yeah. Your mom. My grandma, your mom.
She's your projecting.
Yeah. Hardcore identification. Your mom is on this ship, leave. And I think it should be like an unscheduled.
We've rigged her to blow. So if you come back, she's just going to explode.
No.
You can always lie. I mean, you don't have to be telling the truth.
That's true.
I would say you could do a letter. It's not going to be very convincing. If you met him in person, you'll have the chance to roll action rolls. Mm-hmm. And those could be convincing enough. Or you can figure something out with sending her away.
What if we just get him to get on like an unchartered ship to somewhere random, and then he can't come back because there's nothing there?
Like
you're gonna strand him on an island.
He can purchase supplies for himself and take them with him. He can build himself a new life with his mom until she dies because she doesn't have glowy ivy.
Let's just get him to go, and if he comes back, then the sirens can come find us then.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
But we're not hurting the Gret.
I don't think he's
not going to turn around and come back, no.
Yeah, he's going to be like, turn this Leviathan Hunter around. My mom's back there.
I think we should be like, we've bought you a new identity.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
that sounds expensive.
How much? We got coin, bruh. We got demon coin.
Yeah, what if we just pay that back, though?
Okay, why don't we take a quick break while we brainstorm how to get rid of Penderton, and we'll be right back with the most efficient tips for getting someone out of town when you've kidnapped their mother.
See you soon.
Hashtag Foxfire.
Hashtag don't kill her.
Hello, and we're back. We've had a great time discussing our top 10 kidnapping tips and tricks. And now we're getting into our top 5 methods of running someone out of town. Yeah. So I'll let our players take it away.
All right. So we are in our secret tower, and we have decided to send Lord Penderton a note, essentially to set up a meeting. And Sylph and I are going to attend while Duchess stays with my favorite granny in the world. So they both can convalesce, get to know each other.
Form a deep bond.
Form a deep
maternal
bond.
Bake some cookies.
You're going to come back and I'm going to have added her to my shrewd friends list.
She's a very useful contact to have.
It's going to be great.
Limp
so basically we're like, Penderton, meet us here. I'm assuming it's like
In
you
the
know,
middle of Charter Hall, like
yeah,
somewhere where he can't just
Yeah.
bring guards and kill us.
somewhere busy. I'm gonna, I'll be essentially like the most nondescript
Do it
version
at
of
the
myself
opera. Make him come to
Oh,
the
that's a
opera.
good idea.
at the opera, but you don't get to go.
I don't want to go while I'm bleeding.
Party bar?
I'm unsightly.
Party bar.
Now.
Okay, it can be the opera.
Yeah, I like
So
it.
we'll use Duchess's box. Somehow Duchess has a box
Private
or a
box,
seat.
yeah.
Yeah, and we give him the ticket or whatever. And basically the note will say, we have your mother. Bring medicine, if you want her to live.
Mm-hmm.
And I look forward to talking to you about her situation and yours.
Very menacing. All right.
In the city.
So yeah, I think you have that message delivered to him and set up for an opera the next day, basically a show the next day. And he wouldn't send a message back. He doesn't know how to get in contact with you. So you just, I think, do y'all just arrive and wait in the box, or do you think you want him to arrive first?
I think maybe Echo, you wait in the box, and then I'll keep an eye on it and make sure that he doesn't have anybody extra that he's brought, and
Don't let Sylph be alone at the opera, or she's gonna leave another one of those weird effigies around.
That's just what I do everywhere I go. So.
She's just a walking
effigies
little...
are being left. A breadcrumb of
got
effigies.
Effigies in there.
Right. It's like, hey kid, do you want some effigies?
New ones right here, guys. He who walks in darkness.
Spread the good word.
And I think, I feel like maybe, so I'm in full opera regalia, and I feel like I get Abby to wear kind of like a mask. Sylph is maybe wearing kind of like a masquerade mask, just so she is pretty opaque. Like you can't really see her facial expressions.
Yeah. So I think y'all
sitting
are
in my finery.
Yeah,
cool as a
relaxing.
cucumber.
kind
Sipping
of
on some
facing towards the stage.
Yeah, effervescent mushroom wine.
Yes, of course, the finest.
The finest.
And I think just you get there a little early, but nothing crazy. And I think just a couple minutes while you've been waiting, mulling over the situation, you hear sort of the curtain being pulled aside that separates you from the hallway, and a couple of footsteps before the gentleman that you know as Lord Penderton sort of sits gingerly in the chair he's next to. You also hear him set down like a sort of luggage case almost.
Heavy bag.
And in a strained voice, he kind of says, "You requested me, madam?"
Oh, Lord Penderton, I'm so glad you could make it.
He's like staring straight ahead.
Yeah.
I'll get up and stand outside, like just outside the curtain. Just keep an eye
out. It's become apparent, darling, over the last few weeks that things just aren't so welcoming here for you in Doskvol. And we've had the chance of making an acquaintance with your mother, and she is truly charming. Apparent, thanks. I punning on purpose. And I'm like, and your mother, she is such a dear. I would not want her hurt for the world. In fact, I know quite a bit of the things she's gone through. She takes like a sip. Certain things that a family, and she like looks over at the box where the Salins usually frequent.
Right.
And like
It's empty, but they do
gestures,
have
but they
a
have like,
personal
you know,
box.
they have their own personal box with like their
Right.
crest or whatever on it. And I'm like,
Mhm.
a certain family wouldn't want to become, you know, front page news.
Right. So he's kind of like, I think he just has a glass of ice water, and he's kind of gripping it very hard before taking kind of like a shaky sip, and then kind of setting it down before he clears his throat. And he's like, well, you seem to have made yourself clear, but what is it exactly you would like me to do?
Darling, leave town. The Imperial City is so much better for you there. I've heard, you know, that they need a man of your talents. Doskvol, that's just old news. You know, you should move on to greener pastures. And actually, as quickly as you can, because we know your dearest mother is reliant on certain technologies that I hope you've helped bring along.
Yeah.
So depart for the Imperial City and never return, dear. Just, you know, just don't. And if we hear you've settled in nicely, you will soon be reunited with your dearest mother. Though I am tempted to keep her myself.
Okay, so I'll just have you roll sway with controlled greater effect.
Okay. Da 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 da. Controlled greater.
Oh, perfect. 6. Okay. So, Lord Penderton kind of I think he just stands up suddenly, like kind of still facing forward, and says, well, it seems that I have no room to maneuver in this situation. And he kind
Better
of
if you don't, dear. I'm pretty unstable these days.
and he kind of says, enjoy the rest of the show and your victory, I guess. But know that if something does happen to her, I will hunt you to the ends of the earth. And kind of walks away, leaving the suitcase.
Great.
All right. There you go.
I take the suitcase and chug my champagne, mushroom champagne. And
it looks like are you gonna take a look at it?
Yeah.
Now?
Before he gets away too far.
It looks like it has 4 of those IV bags in it, as well as a couple bags of some sort of like powdered concoction, as well as a small set of instructions on how to care for her.
Lord Penderton is such a good son.
And that's that. So I think within like 2 days, you hear that his estate has gone to market, and that he himself has already taken a train to the Imperial City to move on. Let's see. Yeah, I think that about does it. Within a week, he's obviously out of town. It's
Do
a
we have
bit of
to
a-
do any rolls to like put the grandma on the train, or we feel like that's fine?
I think that's simple enough. I think you
We
get
leave
her
a
on the
little
train.
note that's like hugs and kisses.
I think maybe he leaves a little money in that suitcase as well,
Mm,
and you can use that to like purchase a caretaker to watch her on the train,
Yeah.
and send her over
wait, that.
if you like. But that is the end of that. Do you want to stop by the sirens, or do you want to just do downtown stuff?
What y'all think?
Let's get paid.
Yeah, let's get paid and then do downtime.
Okay. So you roll a fortune roll for me.
I got it.
Good fortune.
Woo!
You just gonna keep rolling these. You're so lucky with them.
Okay, yeah, so that's good. So you make it to the sirens, and things are looking a little calmer. They've still got the guards outside, but they're not quite as tense as they were. And they recognize you three and kind of wave you on in. Once inside, you see Amaris is kind of doing some paperwork at the bar, and she sees you three, and she kind of gives like a little clap, and she's like, well, good job. Thank you, Foxfire, for taking care of Lord Penderton. We heard that he's moved out of town thanks to your efforts. And the Foghounds have moved onto the defensive, which is good for us as well. Here is, well, give me 1 second and I'll grab your fee. And so she just kind of runs into the back real fast, comes back out with, I believe I said 8 coin, right? Do you remember? I think it was 8.
8 coin sounds
That sounds
good.
great.
Sounds great, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Sounds good to y'all.
10 coin sounds even better.
Yeah, I think it was
No.
actually 20 is what you said.
No. It was 8. It was 8. I'm sure. Okay. So, 8 coin
2 each and then 2 for the crew.
for all y'all.
Sweet.
And she says, hopefully it won't be long now until we can take care of the Foghounds, too. They are most likely going to be a pain for a little bit longer, but with Penderton gone, they have no real reason to stay. Though I heard, Duchess, you had a little bit of a run-in with their leader.
My arm is in a sling. So. Oh no, it was really nothing. Really just a slight altercation. Why? What did you hear? Anything?
No. Just some shots fired and such. And I'm sorry to hear you got caught in the crossfire. But hopefully
We are the crossfire.
the Foxfire. I think we'll have hopefully a plan for finishing them off in just a little bit, a couple days. But I'll give you some time to rest up before we call on you too soon. Enjoy yourselves. Pops a big bag of money on the table.
Money. Take
Okay,
that money.
and with that payout, your contract is done, and we can do a little bit of downtime.
Yay!
As well as, I guess we should do crew XP, maybe?
I think we need to
XP's
do
at the end.
rep
of
Oh,
each
I'll just wait.
section.
We can do that at the very end.
Do we need to do rep and heat payoff as well?
Probably.
Yes, I mean, I'm just wrapping that into downtime when I say that. But yes, we have to do all of that. So, heat is going to be a real pain.
We have to do an entanglement too, right?
Yeah.
And an entanglement, of course. Oh yeah, and the rep is part of payoff. I forgot. So you get 2 And I'll give you +1 for a higher tier, so 3 rep.
Nice.
Does that fill y'all up?
No,
No.
we're 1 away.
Oh, so sad. Okay. And
It's not
then...
like we have the coin anyway, so...
What
How
is
much coin
coin?
is it?
I don't know. I assume it costs coin to go from weak to stronghold.
Yes. and
It
it's-
does.
It's like 6 or something.
Okay, heat. So, was that smooth and quiet? Not really. Contained, standard exposure. I would give you contained. It's contained other than the 1 smoke bomb, which you do take 1 heat from that too.
Yes.
And the location itself was contained pretty much. Like it was a pretty isolated place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I think y'all are contained, but I think you got +3 heat just from that
I
1.
marked the 3 from acquiring and using.
Okay, so then you just need to add 2,
Add 2. Okay.
which
We are 1 away.
went away. Okay. Then we need to do some entanglements. So someone needs to roll heat.
Got it.
Oh.
6. Arrest.
Yep.
Oh.
An inspector
Oh.
presents a case file of evidence to a magistrate to begin prosecution of your crew. The Bluecoats send a detail to arrest you. Pay them off with coin, wanted level +3, hand someone over for arrest, or try to evade capture.
Do you want to go to jail?
Not particularly. What's the try to evade? Does it give?
So trying to evade, that's a great question.
Don't you like lose rep if you're like you need to hide away or something?
I think y'all would have to just decide on how you want to try and evade them.
Okay.
So
You
yeah, I
can't
think there
leave the
is a way to
tower.
go to ground, but you...
Oh, that's if the demon comes knocking. You lose rep if you try and just hide for a while.
Mm.
Or you could make devil deals with them. I mean, I'm not opposed to being arrested.
Or you get like evade would be like I'm like, hey girl, it's time to have a disguise and a fake identity.
Oh no. I'd much rather go to prison than
Then pretend to be not you.
exactly.
Got it.
Or you guys could do a heist, potentially, to
Break
get
her
rid
out
of
of
this
prison.
evidence.
I think
You know
see,
how
what
much
happens
fun
when
we
you,
have with the blue
What
coats.
happens when you get incarcerated? You roll a die.
Yeah, ooh, here's what's gonna happen. Actually, I know exactly what's gonna happen. Oh, wait, are y'all living at your...
Yes.
Yeah, we have
y'all are
quarters.
living at your headquarters, which is technically hidden.
Yeah.
Okay, so we mentioned that someone saw Duchess specifically.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to need to finish off your Jaren clock and change it to... I think the next one was Jaren investigates his brother's murder, or investigates Duchess for his brother's murder, something like that. Which will also make we'll make that a 12 clock. It'll be a long one, but with lots of ramping consequences. That's actually a 10 clock. Can you do a 12 clock, or is that not possible? You have to make a new one.
You can do it 12 o'clock.
Yeah, he just did. Okay, perfect. So that happens. I think basically Jaren's been... they don't know where you are, but I'm assuming you have to leave the tower at some point. And you've probably gone to the opera, Duchess.
Oh, I have to go to the opera.
Oh, you have to go to the opera, right? For
That's
stress.
her vice.
So I think what's going to happen is the Jaren is gonna come for you with an arrest warrant on your way to the opera.
Okay, so is that gonna, since we are hidden, does that mean we can do our other downtime before I get arrested? Since I would have to leave before they can arrest me.
Well, you can try, or do you want to try to evade capture?
I mean, I guess I wasn't, so I guess this is, I was gonna heal without leaving.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I wouldn't even know to evade capture. They just wouldn't be able to find me.
Right, they won't be able to find you until you go out. Yeah, so I'm not saying you can't get your downtimes. I just wanted to know.
So I guess, yes, I'm evading until I accidentally walk into.
Well, evading would avoid the arrest. Like.
Completely.
Like, evading, like, we'll take care of this entanglement, but it's going to be a process.
No, I'll get arrested then after downtime.
Okay. So, then let's do downtime real fast. So everyone gets 2 downtimes. This Logan gets 3.
I will.
Extra one, I forget.
Yes. I mean, I'm gonna acquire. Is anyone else harmed?
Nope.
Can someone acquire Stev for me, and then I'll give them a downtime activity?
Yeah.
Okay.
But acquiring him is a fortune roll, so I don't think you have -1d on that.
No, acquiring him is you roll your tier.
Oh.
So it is -1.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can do it.
Okay, so I'll give Sylph a downtime action.
Stab the physiker. Good old stab.
5.
He's used to cleaning up your gunshot messes.
So he's tier 2.
With including his expert rating?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Wait, don't you get a bonus if you do them multiple times? Is that just extra die to acquire him?
You do. If you acquire the same asset again, you get a +1d.
Oh.
Oh. You want to just roll one more die?
Yeah.
Maybe get a. I guess it doesn't.
If I got a 6, it would be.
You could hope for 6.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. So he's a tier 2 physiker.
Great. So then we roll. When I recover,
You'll
I roll
recover.
his.
You roll 2 fortune die.
Steve is just like, Toots, why are you always getting shot? Shut up.
The Stev say
Nice.
Toots?
6.
6. Perfect. So that's 3 segments.
Yeah.
Or you could spend a coin to make it 5.
It goes 3 to 5. There's no 4.
No.
6 goes to then critical, but it carries over.
No, I'm just saying. Like, I would imagine if a crit is 5, then a 6 would be 4.
No.
No,
Okay,
crits are so much less likely than just.
I'm spending. So I went from dead arm to weak arm.
Yeah, with one clock.
One carried over.
Yeah, with 1 tick in it already.
Got it.
Do you want to recover again, or do you need to? Because I don't want you to be like, oh, I'm gonna whatever it is, indulge your vice as your action, and then have you arrested. So they can either arrest you after you indulge your vice or before, but I can't remember if arresting, when you go to jail, it might get rid of your stress. Let me see.
Jail.
I mean,
Relax in jail.
It's like a spa.
Incarceration. The only way to reduce your crew's wanted level is through incarcerated. One of your crew members, friends, contacts, or a framed enemy. Y'all can frame enemies, apparently.
I'm going to heal again. Right?
Okay. You're going to heal again?
Am I allowed to? Are you allowed to heal more than once? Is it just training that you can't do?
Yeah, you can recover as much as you want.
Okay. Come on, I need a 6. No 6. Right. So what's a 4? I didn't even. Where's
That's
cover?
2.
Great. So that did nothing.
So you're close. But
Wait,
no
could I
cigar.
increase it to a 6?
Yeah. Mhm.
Burning through this coin. Okay, great.
Yeah, it's a good thing
I'm
I paid you so
fully
much.
healed. Okay. And so now when I go to indulge my vice, I'll be arrested.
Well, yeah, pretend you're going to the opera like you normally do. And on your way, you get arrested.
So do I
So-
actually indulge? Or not?
Does she get close
No.
enough to the opera for the opera's vibes to indulge her vice?
No, you don't.
Okay. I mean, that's fine. I guess. Yeah, that's fine. I don't really
Okay.
know how that works. But
So you have to
okay.
roll an incarceration roll.
Which is, I think, equal to our tier.
It says 1d for each PC tier level, yes. So you get to roll 1.
It's really bad if you roll.
You better roll good.
Oh, really? Why is it so bad?
You can
He can just get a
straight up get a
trauma.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Are you sure you don't want to evade?
You got this.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Can we aid you?
I don't think so.
No,
Not
I don't.
really,
You can't. It's like a fortune roll using your tier level.
Oh my god! Wow, it's really just a 1 to 3. You have a 50% chance of getting a trauma.
You won't. I believe in you.
Jeez. Do I want to do this? I think so.
Do
But
it.
it's so bad.
Do
it's
it.
so bad.
Do it.
I can't. There's no way. It's a
Or we can
fortune
do a
roll,
little
right?
scene where you try to evade capture.
Or you can, yeah.
Where the 3 of you try to evade capture.
Smoke bomb. We had an extra.
We do have an extra, but we can't.
We do?
Yeah. I
Get 2 of them?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh my god, I'm just gonna do it.
Okay.
Big money.
Big moves.
I'm so scared to hit this button. Ah,
yes.
Whammy.
Whammy.
You're very lucky. You keep your head down and do your time without incident.
This was actually the best time to get arrested because we clear our wanted and all of our heat.
You do clear
Whoa,
your wanted
that's
and all of your
awesome.
gear.
Whoa.
Yeah. So
Great.
it's a good thing you didn't get that trauma.
Oh,
Delicious. You would have already been at 2. You are high on stress, though. Which I think is appropriate. You're in jail. That's not fun. And this will give Jaren a little bit of time to investigate what you've been up to. Okay.
I keep my head down. There's no incident during my time.
Look at this. You could have gone for prison claims and all sorts of stuff. I have no idea how that works.
I
It
have
sounds
zero
cool.
idea how that works.
Okay, so the other 2, what will y'all be doing for your downtime?
Let's see. I will start a long-term project.
Mm-hmm.
Basically gathering information about my family, and I think I want to do that through establishing like a cover identity.
Okay, what cover identity? What it,
And I
as a
think
noble?
we had talked about being like a professor in the college, so I'm not a noble, but I'm working at I'm gonna work at Whitehall. That's like the fancy college where all the nobles send their kids, and through that I can see, like, since my family's into like these kind of occult sciences and things, I can make contacts with both the noble families that send their kids there and like the people, like the professors or the people that would have access to kind of like occult science materials.
Mhm.
And I would be, the Maritime College is there, and I think I would be passing myself off as like a professor in the Maritime College, since I was a pirate
Since
In
she
my
was a
previous
pilot.
life.
Okay, yeah. So the Doskvol Academy, which is in White Crown, has three
Yes, White
colleges:
Crown.
the College of Imperial Science, Naval Command, and Immortal Studies. Which sounds very cool. Okay, so I think this might be 2 different long-term projects.
That could
I
be.
think the one to establish a cover identity will be like 4, like a 4 call.
Okay.
Real quick, Sean, can you pop me a new character sheet so I can make a character to play while I'm in prison while they do their downtime?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so I think first you'll need to establish the identity, which isn't going to be super easy, so I won't let you do it in just one.
All right, fine. So I'll do new identity as a professor.
Yes.
Okay. At Whitechapel. White Crown, whatever it is. 4 o'clock. And then the other one will wait until the next downtime, I guess. So first cover identity and then
First cover
long-term.
identity, and then you can start gathering information.
Okay.
Because this is like a fancy academy.
Yeah.
So it's going to be challenging.
To get
Well,
in.
I guess the question is, are you going to be like teaching classes?
I think I'm going to be like a guest speaker.
Guest lecturer?
Yeah.
And just
I'm
hanging around?
I'm going to be like, I'm going to use my experience from the Dagger Isles and just be like,
You're the pirate defense expert.
Yeah, I'll be like, I was stranded in the Dagger Isles and like learned a lot of interesting and like useful naval tactics while there. Wink, wink, I was a pirate.
Excellent. Yeah, okay, I like that. So we'll just make it a 4 o'clock to get the identity and to like convince the professors to actually have you around. And then you can start doing the process of gathering the specific information you want. You get to roll once for that clock to start. So you'll get 1 roll this
so
downtime.
I think, would that be just...
What would you roll? I think whatever you think is appropriate. Let me see. When you work on a long-term plan, describe what your character does and roll 1 of your actions. Yeah. So
for fun, so I'm not just doing sway all the time. Can I study? So like I'll go to Whitehall and I'll just kind of like, I'm not studying the lay of, I'm not surveying the lay of the land. I'm studying the people there. So I'm going as like a scav. I'm going incognito and I'm just gonna like basically take a whole day of just like noting the dynamics between the professors and the kids and like how
definitely.
they think.
Right.
All right, let's ba-da-bum.
So you can fit in.
So I can fit in. That's all I want.
That and a grandma. Ooh. All right. So,
studied really well.
So you only get 1 segment for that. And that will be your start on your long-term project. Okay.
Cool.
Sylph, what are you up to?
I'm going to go party.
Party at the barge?
The barge.
Okay.
Barge?
So I'm going to indulge my vice. Ugh, so bad.
Great, not the best.
And then I'm going to train playbook.
Sure.
Which gets me to full, so I'll get another special ability.
Cool. Do you already have 1 picked out, or do you need to?
No, I'm going to look at him.
Okay, sure thing. All right, and then...
I have 1 left.
I was going to say, Echo, you have 1 left.
But
you have to indulge.
I have to indulge my vice. So after I spend an exhausting day futilely studying, getting minimal information, I head to the sleazy docks and I go see myself a bloody fight.
Yeah.
And
Get some bedding. Get your blood roiling after a boring day.
Feel the adrenaline return to me. There are no bonus dice for this indulgent dice.
Nope.
Oh,
4. All right, not bad.
Not too bad.
You only get to roll 1 die.
Should I have another one?
What's your lowest resistance?
It's a resistance roll in reverse.
My lowest is 1. I only have 1 in insight.
Oh,
yeah, that's why. Yeah.
Well, maybe I need to change that.
Yeah, you use it on your weakest rating. Okay, so that is all those downtimes. Let's take a quick break, and we'll be back a little bit more.
We're back.
Hello, everyone, once again. And I think Logan has rustled up a character for us real fast. And we're going to try and start another score real quick so we can get into some action. Do you want to introduce your character, Logan, or...
Yeah, sure. We had met him briefly. He's Vinny. He was the explosive expert.
He's going to be Vinny.
That helped us with that safe fiasco. He was the one that did the explosions. He's a friend of Duchess's, so he's just going to help out the crew. He's not part of Foxfire. He's like an auxiliary of theirs.
All right. So we've got an explosions expert on our side this time around, luckily. Really, really leaning into that Shadows gang.
I took Saboteur, so things are quiet and damage is hidden from casual inspection.
Oh, clever. Okay, cool. So, I think with Duchess is kind of taken off to prison, and
for a month or two.
We're gonna say we'll see about that. I'll decide on that later. But she's gone for at least 2 weeks.
Oh, it's based on wanted level, so it is.
Oh, I know. I saw. I read it.
Okay.
I saw, but that's a pretty long time. So we might reel her back in a little faster. I have a feeling she'll be on good behavior, and she knows how to grease the right palms. Yeah, exactly. Knowing her, she's already sipping whiskey in that prison. So, okay, but I think the sirens are still tackling the aftermath of Penderton leaving, and have kind of got the Foghounds on the run, but the Foghounds have kind of dug themselves in. So that's at a bit of a standstill at the moment. And I wanted to try out doing a randomly generated score. I think that would be fun.
Consult the Oracle.
Yeah, it's like consulting the Oracle, but for scores. Makes my life a little difficult, but it'll be interesting, to say the least. So, I think we just need to roll a couple die, and then I will keep track of things, and hopefully it'll make sense, and we can get rolling pretty quick. So, let's roll a d6. We'll roll 2d6 to start somewhere from here. It can just be fortune rolls or something. 5 and a 6.
Nice. While Sean's looking that up, I figured out what special ability I wanted to take. So I'm taking Warded, which is a whisper skill. And it gives me special armor that I can use to resist a supernatural consequence or push yourself when you contend with or employ or arcane forces. That should help with my stress problems I've been having recently.
Those arcane forces.
Okay. So, can someone roll another 2d6? And I think we have to do it. Two more rolls for me.
I got it.
Please, please. Alms for the poor, rolls for the poor. Okay, a 2 and a 5. Oh, this is fun. Okay, yeah.
It's never good.
That worked out very, very well for at least one part of it. I gotta remember someone's name now. It's always a good sign. Okay. And let's see, what's that other one? A 2. Okay. Okay, roll 2 more for me. Okay. All right. So, I think, Sylph, you have not visited Roslyn in a long time.
Not
And
that
she's
long.
Feeling very lonely. Not that long. Okay, have you visited recently without me knowing?
No, I mean, probably, I don't know. It's been a while.
You
It's been a little
disappeared
while.
for 2 weeks.
I know,
on
it's
the party
probably been like
barge.
a month, but she said not to come around so much, so she really asked for it.
Did she?
Yeah, she did.
Oh, I don't remember. It was a
Watch
long
back
time
the
ago.
tape, Sean. She was like, man,
Watch-
you've really been showing up a lot recently. I'm like, okay, bitch.
Well, I'm sure she's pining away for you. So, does she know how to get in contact with you? Does she have like a special way to contact you, or do you think you just pop up? You pop over whenever.
I don't know.
You
I
don't know.
probably just
Okay.
pop. I have all the control in this relationship.
I don't know about that, but you're definitely not the easy one to get in contact out of the two of you. So yeah, so I think you just pop up, and I think so you pay a visit to lovely Rosalind one night, and you find her actually sitting at her table, surrounded by papers, kind of rifling through things in a sort of frenetic, with a sort of frenetic energy to her. And you can see that she's obviously kind of like distressed. And when do you enter silently, or do you like knock on the, I forget how we said, do you enter?
I'll knock on the window on like her patio balcony.
Yeah, on her patio. That's what I thought. So she kind of like jumps a little and looks over, hectic. She like almost like reaches for something that you can't see, and then her eyes kind of like relax once she realizes it's you. And she opens the door, but she doesn't exactly invite you in, and she's like, Well, look what the Leviathan dragged in. I thought you'd damn well forgotten about me after all this time.
I didn't forget about you. I just spent an amount of time on a barge that I didn't quite anticipate, so I'm sorry about that.
Oh, is this the infamous party barge I've heard about?
Yes, that would be the one.
She kind of smirks and then backs off a little bit, leaving room for you to go in, and she says, "You know, I keep trying to tell you to stay away from that crap, but you never listen." Still, she sort of walks back to her table, kind of rifling through things again, and she's like, does she know that you're working with Foxfire, you think? Or, like, does she know you? She knows you're doing illicit things, because you never liked to be good.
No.
Okay, so she looks, she doesn't look at you. She's actually still rifling through stuff, and in sort of an offhand way, she's like, well, I could use a little bit of help if you're willing, and I definitely think it will fit your skill set, let's say you've been developing for a little while. Unfortunately, she's a noble, and she works with the is it Tycherosi? Y'all are Tycherosi, right? Yeah.
She's got cool floating hair.
Yeah, she has the beautiful floating hair that is always like flowing in an invisible gust of wind. That's her tell. But she is a noble, and just like you are, but she has not sort of renounced her ties, and she actually works closely with the consulate, the Tycherosi consulate. So she says, unfortunately, there's been something of a debacle at the consulate recently, and an important member has gone missing. We think they've been kidnapped, and we need them back. Hopefully not already dead.
Mm-hmm.
But you never know in a city
We only
like this.
kidnap people. We don't rescue kidnapped people. No.
Well, this time
we can be the good guys for Rosalind.
You're rescuing.
For Rosalind, we'd do anything.
She, nothing's ever really good. Who knows what the consulate's up to and why this person's important. She says, there's a specific thief thief, rogue, whatever you want to call them, who did this, and we want both them and hopefully the missing person back. If you could find a way to help us out, I'm sure I can convince the consulate to give a finder's fee, we should say.
Who is this rogue? Do you know?
The rogue, let me look up. What is this rogue's name? The rogue just goes by the name of Silver.
Silver?
Sort of a moniker.
Stepping on my name territory.
With your name territory?
Yeah, Silver and Sylph sound kind of the same.
It doesn't matter.
Does he
Gold.
leave?
His name is Gold. Quicksilver. So, and you have heard of this person. They're sort of like an infamous thief that many people in the underworld have heard rumblings about. They don't really work with anyone, but they work for a lot of different people. So someone must have obviously commissioned this, but they always leave a little like a little silver piece as their sort of...
Stepping on my territory. What's he doing?
It's a common theme. People like to be known for their...
It's a classic thief motif.
Is he, if I've heard of him, is he like too high for us? Or is it just... Is he scary?
He's very competent.
Yeah, okay.
But he always works alone. So yes, he is probably maybe more, maybe better than y'all, whatever you want to say. But he works a lot.
Yeah. Okay.
So, so they've stolen one of the important. They've stolen, like it's a good. They've kidnapped an important consulate member for purposes we don't know, and while we would like the consulate member back, at the very least, we need to teach this Quicksilver a lesson that you can't just go attacking the Tycherosi consulate so openly. So if possible, we would like to handle this as sort of his retribution personally, if you could bring him back to us.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
But whatever needs to be done at the end of the day.
Who got taken?
The person who got taken is Davin Keel.
Davin. Okay.
Who you've maybe heard of in passing. And you know the Keel family is a noble family, so you've heard of the family name before. It's a Tycherosi group, as a Tycherosi noble, but you don't know Dev. I said Dev, didn't I? Dava personally.
Yeah.
Dava. I need to make a note of this, or I'll never remember. Keel and Quicksilver. Okay.
Cool. Yeah, no problem, Rosie. We can get that done for you.
Rosie. She sighs a little and says, I would definitely appreciate it because I am up to my hair in just bureaucratic nonsense over this shit. As she sort of throws her hands out in front of her. She's like, we're trying to figure out if there's any reason they would have taken Dava specifically or any of this other nonsense. But I'll let you know if I can find any more information.
Cool. Yep, I will look into it.
Thanks, honey.
She
kind of looks over and is like, did you want to stay the night?
Always.
Always.
Get a room.
They have a room. They have an entire apartment. And we'll tastefully fade.
Cut
face.
Okay.
Cool. I'm excited.
And she'll draft a little contract for y'all, of course.
She doesn't.
Which says...
That's fine. Thank
you. Which says, the return of both Dava, Keel, and the apprehension of the rogue Quicksilver will return to the Tycherosi consulate.
Yep. Okay. Cool.
Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, bum.
So I think you'll have to do a little bit of information gathering to even...
Obviously, we need a munitions expert for this.
Obviously. So let's see. How can we...
But first, let's consult our munitions expert.
Weave Vinny into this.
I'm not
delicate
just
web.
A munitions expert. I'm an arms dealer.
That's the same, I think.
But I have a bunch of other things that were useful.
Okay, cool. I mean, guns are good, so...
Maybe what's his face, either Quicksilver or Davan, was trying to acquire munitions, and that's how we, mention it. And Benny is like, oh, yeah, I saw them the other day. This good?
Or you could just come calling for Duchess, and you guys are like, well, she's gone, but actually we need help, so...
Stay.
You're here now.
Either of those work well enough for me. I do not. We'll welcome
Your
Vinny.
choice, Vinny.
We'll do the first one. It sounded more engaging.
Okay.
Sounded a little more fun. Okay, yeah, definitely. So I think maybe Quicksilver, had gotten in contact with you. An explosion was used at one point.
Mhm.
Yeah, an explosive was used at one point, getting Dava out of the consulate.
It's funny because one of my alchemicals is called Quicksilver.
That is funny.
There you go.
Vinny, you sold this guy a bomb?
Well, what did you want me to do?
I
No,
sell
I'm gonna have to
everybody
listen to a
bombs.
really bad New York accent from Logan.
Absolutely.
Everyone's allowed to do whatever accent they want.
Every accent is good because at least they're trying to do an accent. We
Correct.
reward on this show.
We do.
Okay,
Really, just
Yeah.
learn from Sarah.
so Vinny, you know that you sold Quicksilver some smoke bombs and maybe just one sort of like focused explosive in case he needed to get through like a door or a wall or something.
Was it like a snatch and grab heist?
Yes.
Because I know a recipe for like a grappling hook line thrower, so maybe he wanted that.
Sure, that too. He went all out. He spent all
Makes a
his
little
funds.
more sense than like kidnapping with an explosive.
I mean, the smoke bombs were a getaway thing, and same with the focused explosive in case he needed to get through something tough. But it doesn't matter. So you sold him some of this, and I think you've heard that he's gone to ground recently. There's been some rumblings in the underbelly after hearing about that kind of consulate's kind of high profile. So
He hasn't paid me yet, so I need to find him.
oh yeah, maybe
He's gonna
he
pay
was.
me after the fact.
It was an advance. Yeah.
And now he's gone into hiding, and I need to sniff him out.
So let's come a call and get that payment.
So we're backing you up, Vinny. We're basically no one messes with Vinny.
Yeah,
No one
no
messes
one
with
does.
Vinny.
They turn into eel salami if they do.
An eel hot dog. So I think you'll just need to gather some information. Maybe talk to some contacts. See if you can find anything out from the people that you know. More from the underbelly, because you don't have a lot to go on.
Was he with? You said he works alone, so he probably wasn't with anybody when he
No.
bought these things. Okay.
He's obviously he always works for someone. So there was someone who was behind this all, but you don't necessarily. And the consulate would sure appreciate, Rosalind would appreciate the information, but what they really want is their person back, and they want Quicksilver, so they can dole out some punishment.
I
Well,
feel
I'm
like
not good at finding things out. I'm good at making them not exist anymore.
I just blow things up. Safely.
That's all I do here, okay?
I'm the muscle.
Okay, so I feel like Echo is. Who is this girl? What? What happened to your girl at the Muse? I don't understand. And then
Echo, there can be more than one girl.
okay, all right, that's
Life
fine.
lessons from Sylph.
There can always can be more
Not
than
from
one
Abby,
girl.
but from Sylph.
From Sylph.
And Echo's like, okay, but I guess Echo is like, Sylph, you have to know, like, there has to be some kind of like underground, like the thieves must all keep tabs on each other, or like there must be like places that you guys frequent or something like that. No?
I mean, I'm not really part of the underground. I just do my own thing.
I mean, you are.
Not like
because you're in a gang, but
we're
you're not.
on the above ground underground. Where there's no.
Well, where Echo's like,
Maybe Amancio would know something. Maybe. I mean, look at
Amancio.
your contacts list. Is there anyone on your contacts list you could talk to? You could try and
Oh,
talk to the
Amancio
Wraiths
would
or
be
the
good.
Sirens.
I forgot about Amancio because he's not. He's on this one.
I vote Mancio.
Yeah, Amancio is good.
Amancio. We haven't talked to Amancio in a while. I do love Amancio.
He was our original.
He's the
Yeah.
OG.
OG.
He was the OG.
He helped set up the whole
Job.
situation.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's never too hard to find Amancio. He's a guy who likes to talk and get around and see nice things. So who wants to talk to him specifically?
I'll talk to Amancio.
I don't talk no good, okay? So let's have you do it.
All right.
And Echo's
So,
like, you, whatever you want, I'll just gondola us around.
Are you setting up a meeting with him, or are you just gonna ambush him?
No, I'll just show up. I'll find him.
You just find him.
Yeah.
Sylph
Okay.
doesn't arrange meetings. She just appears on balconies.
If you ambush him, you can roll prowl instead of a social ability.
Yeah, that's exactly how that works. Okay. So you find Amancio well enough. Like I said, he's not hard to find. You see him dining alone at a nice restaurant, enjoying a glass of wine.
I've walked up with a sandwich. I'm like, oh, this is the wrong person.
Oh, we can always come back to her. Don't worry. Don't worry. I don't know. Amancio might. He probably knows of you, but doesn't really know
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
So do you just sit
What
down?
does Amancio
maybe
not
with
know?
him?
Yeah, I'll just sit down with him and eat my sandwich and talk to him.
Okay. You kind of arrive, and he looks up, startled for maybe a half second before there's sort of like a little bit of thinking, and he remembers who you are, and he's kind of, it's like, to what do I owe the pleasure? It's been a long time since Foxfire has deigned to talk to dear old Amancio. Would you like a glass of wine?
That would be great. We have not forgotten about you. We've just been very busy with some problems. I'm sure you've heard.
I've heard.
Yes.
I have. The night market is just a rambunctious place.
Bustling,
these days.
except not
Absolutely bustling, maybe in the wrong kind of way, but we'll keep that on hush hush. He gestures to a waiter and pours you a glass of wine. And he says, cheers, though, to Foxfire's continued success. What, though, can I help you with, my dear? I'm sure, well, it's always a pleasure to talk to you, and to talk to me, I'm sure. But I am a businessman at heart.
Yeah, so Amancio, we're looking for Quicksilver. He's taken a Tycherosi representative, and that's really rubbed some scales the wrong way, as it were.
He laughs at your joke. Tight scales, Tycherosi. I see what you did there. Quicksilver, yes, he's a slippery little fellow. I've had a couple dealings with him myself, though I did not set up this most recent job. You know, I wouldn't normally go against a client like this, but Quicksilver has been running fast and loose lately. So I'll make an exception this one time. Though, I will have it remembered if I need a favor from Foxfire.
You got it. Just hand those out like
Delicious.
candy.
We hand out. Foxfire is running on favors these days. He says that Tycherosi sort of kidnapping, since there's no more eloquent word for it that I can think of, is a little bit suspicious in my opinion. The Tycherosi keep mostly to themselves, and they don't have that much involvement in Doskvol's sort of reigning situation. But there are some strange rumors going around lately about different arcane properties that such demonically connected peoples might have. I am suspicious of such things, and I think that someone has maybe coordinated this in order to get access to some Tycherosi blood, potentially. Some sort of ritual. It's distasteful, to say the least. And Quicksilver normally doesn't attract this much attention. I'm not sure what went wrong this time. And I know he has a couple safe houses that he usually falls back on if he can. So if the Tycherosi has not already been sort of auctioned off, maybe, for nefarious purposes, at the very least, he will be hiding. Well, both of them will probably be hiding in a safe house of some kind. Of course, where they are, I don't know, defeats the point of a safe house, but that's probably the most I can give you.
Okay, no, that's helpful. Thank you. Do you want half of this sandwich?
Oh, I couldn't, my dear. I'm full. He's eating a much more sumptuous meal than your sandwich. But I hope the wine helped it go down easy. All right, and that's enough from Amancio.
Oh, so many fun ideas.
So he thinks there's probably a ritual of some kind being conducted with that poor Tycherosi.
There's one thing I know about All Systems Go. It's that we love fire and we also love blood rituals.
Blood sacrifice has
I was
been
like, is it at a
lately.
pillar?
Just wait and see.
Where's the safe house is going to be next to a pillar.
Is there a troll?
I think
Is there a troll?
It's just gonna be like a barge next to the party barge with a giant pillar coming out of it. Just like, when has that been there?
Tycherosis or irons.
And there's maybe a safe house. There's probably a safe house.
Cool.
Right.
Any
Okay.
other information gathering ideas?
I will go to the scene of the crime and investigate.
Okay.
I'll come with you.
Good plan.
Okay, yeah, that's a good idea. So we can go and we can see like what kind of what drew him heat in the first place, like why this didn't go so smoothly. And then if we can get any clues and like track anything to anywhere, that would be helpful to narrow us into where they might be.
I have maybe a good one for this. So he Rosalind's able to get you into the consulate, no problem. Says you're helping her invest. You're independent contractors.
I'm with her. Okay.
Yeah, investigating this issue. And you kind of someone leads you around real fast. Then it's like, we think he entered through here. He took kind of a rooftop access and then smashed his way out of one of the windows before escaping down to the canals and disappeared, unfortunately. How do you want to search the ring?
So
I think there's not a lot of easy physical evidence. You can tell the Tycherosi Dava put up a fight for a little bit, but not for long. And there's maybe, a couple things out of place.
Is there blood on the window? If you broke out the window and drug a person through it, is there like a blood trail that would go some distance?
Yeah, there is blood. Did you want to try and track the blood maybe?
I do.
Okay. So you'll have to roll. I think it's easy enough to roll and find that
that there is blood.
That there is blood and that it leads out of the building, and we'll assume he used one of Vinny's grappling hooks to kind of get down. And you can see it leads to a canal, and then it kind of breaks off at one of the canals.
Okay.
Did he use a gondola?
Did he use a gondola? I don't know. Those tricky gondolas. So if you want to try and find more information, you'll have to do something.
Can I survey kind of along the banks and see if I can tell where he got off?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Cool. Blam! Did it go? Oh, it's a 3.
3. Not great. Okay. So you can't really tell. Let me figure out where we are. I think the consulate's gonna be in. Maybe Whitestone. Let me see. No, I think it's just in Charter Hall. Okay, which does have a couple. Probably has a couple different canals and stuff. Okay, so yeah, you follow the blood to the canal, but unfortunately, it doesn't really seem to lead anywhere. I mean, there's a couple. It's a canal in Doskvol. There's a million places you could get off. You know from your maps that there's a couple hidden sort of entrances and exits, but there's not really much more you can find out. It's most likely he took a boat somewhere after he got off.
Can I look around and see if he like stashed things, like if he was trying to get away and was like, well, I don't need this stuff anymore.
Definitely.
Just like shoved it in a dumpster or something.
Sure.
Maybe to like point us in the direction he went.
What
is that? I study,
sounds kind of like
survey?
a survey or a study.
I think. God, I want to say study, but it makes way more sense for survey. 2.
Okay. So as you're looking around, you let's see. You can kind of see. I mean, he shed some like basic gear, like the grappling hook line and everything isn't hard to find. Anything, simple that he didn't need to carry once he was out of the consulate. But as you're kind of walking around, both of you feel like a sort of intense cold sort of sweep through the area, and it looks like a ghostly figure is like something is starting to sort of crackle into existence nearby.
Oh, I gotta get out of here.
So you're just gonna run away, or do you wanna?
Yeah, me and Duchess, we had a run-in with some ghosts a while. A couple years back. We both can't stand them now.
The trauma.
Hurrah.
Does Sylph want to try and see what's up with this?
The ghost? Yes, please.
Okay, definitely. So, Vinny kind of like backs off quickly around the bend.
Vinny, it's just a ghost. It's not that scary. Come back here, please.
Oh, you gotta get rid of this thing.
And after a little bit, you see sort of what looks like just kind of a regular woman who was dressed pretty plainly. Like she looks like just your regular Charter Hall kind of civilian. And she sort of lingers and starts drifting over to one place before like breaking down and weeping at this one little kind of patch of land.
Okay.
I think I didn't do this with Duchess, but I'm going to bring it up now because Duchess would have had a trauma if I brought it up then. I think that if you encounter a ghost, you have to like resist just cowering in fear.
Um, yeah, you're supposed to, but I think
I
I'm
guess
willing
this
to
is
let it pass.
gathering information.
This ghost
Okay.
isn't really threatening you.
I mean, their existence is a threat to me.
Their existence is a threat to you.
I mean, if you're not going to make me, I'm not going to ask for it.
I mean, are both of y'all carrying spirit bane charms, I assume?
Mine is broken, so no.
Oh, this is broken. Oh, okay. Forgot about that. Let me see real quick.
I don't have the option to carry one, apparently.
But I can attempt.
Oh.
I'm gonna try to compel this ghost, which means I'm not supernaturally terrified of it. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was gonna say, I think you're probably fine.
I've seen so many ghosts.
She's pretty
I ain't afraid
in
of
the
no
know with
ghosts.
the ghosts. I know there is that stress thing. I don't know where to find it though at the moment. Okay. So yeah, so this weeping sort of spectral figure is there.
Okay.
And you would like to
I would
turn.
like to compel this lady ghost to tell me everything she knows about the break-in and Quicksilver.
Okay. How are you gonna do that?
With compel.
With compel.
It's a special ability I have. You can attune to the ghost field to force a nearby ghost to appear before you and obey an order you give it.
Okay, so
Can I help her?
you have to roll a tune.
I do have to roll a 2.
Wait, no, I don't.
You can help. How are you gonna help?
I forget that I have to pay stress as not Duchess, so I don't want to help.
It's okay. I'll be fine, probably. 5.
A 5. Okay. So you kind of near this ghost, and she's, kind of, like I said, weeping. And then you kind of go over to. How do you compel her? Do you think? Like, what do you think happens? How do you manifest this
I
power?
think it is like a battle of the minds.
Mhm.
I like reach my mind force out to the ghostly force, and I just like force it to do my will instead of its.
Right. Okay. Yeah. And you can feel the ghost like struggling against your control, and I think so. You are able to control it, and so weeping kind of, and also like, but as you take control of her, you can see her face kind of contorts to like anger as the spectral tears keep falling, and she says, "Quicksilver. He murdered me on his escape, hid my body, and the spirit wardens can't find it, so that I can never find rest. I feel the pain." It's like, you can see she's very like unstable from this, because it's probably been a couple of days since that this happened, and she's supposed to. The whole process with ghosts is supposed to have already been taken care of by now by the spirit wardens. She says, he fled along the riverbanks before making it into an underground chamber. I think she's like, I can sense him through the ghost field. Like, I could find him for you. But you would have to probably make another roll to control her again.
Okay, sure. I'll do it.
But it will rack up more consequences, because technically you already have a consequence from this one.
No problem.
You're muted, Logan.
Can she just like show her mentally, or does she actually have to take her there?
Really, these are just gather informations, right?
Yeah, I was like, do we want to start the score with this, or?
Can I just...
I don't think... you could... I think you could if you wanted to, or you could make it more of a gather information and just... She'll show you where to go.
Yeah.
But she won't help you get in. You still have to get in and get him.
Can you talk to ghosts that are in spirit bottles?
No.
Okay.
They're not. They're like incapacitated.
Okay.
She could probably
I like
show
where
it
your
to you
head's
mentally.
at, though.
That's actually clever. I didn't think of that. It's all Battle of Wheels anyways.
I've just
How about, yeah, we'll say she does that.
melded with this ghost.
She kind of like shows you, yeah, your mind meld. She sort of she doesn't draw a map. She almost like takes you through it's like you're having almost like an astral projection, like an out-of-body experience.
Yeah.
And she's like bringing you through, and it's happening very quickly. But like, you know, you could find this again if you needed to. And you're going through a series of like underground tunnels and different canals and stuff as he's kind of like doing switchbacks and everything until you come upon a very unassuming sort of like building in, let's see. Crowsfoot, of course, because we haven't been there yet. And it is a hive of scoundrels. So he made it into Crowsfoot, into one of his safe havens there.
Cool.
As your control, you can feel your control kind of waver. This spirit, like the anger, keeps growing, and then she just lets out sort of a banshee scream at the both of you, and you will need to take 2 stress.
2 stress.
Yes.
Why did you make me stay here?
I'm like, so glad I'm not there.
Oh, I don't like it.
I don't like it.
Did you indulge your vice?
Yes.
Okay.
But she only got 3 off, so I just gave her 2 more.
Okay.
Doing great!
No, I think that's appropriate. I've already made my decision. The whole process the whole process was very stressful.
Yep, makes
on
sense.
the brain. Okay, so now you know where he is.
Cool.
And hopefully the Tycherosi is as well.
Cool. The only thing that I want to do is go and talk to the hive and make sure that this Tycherosi, I have a feeling, I'm sensing that this is like not a hive sponsored event, and that the hive might feel a little cheated if they, found out that Quicksilver was kind of selling a Tycherosi or like smuggling Tycherosi on the side. And so basically what I want to do is make sure we're not going to get in trouble with the hive for freeing this guy.
Yeah.
And B, potentially have like their blessing, and like they can tell me like where they suspect like the sale might go down if we can't get to him at the safe house. Like they're like, a lot of underground stuff happens.
Right.
So.
Okay, I don't think that's super hard. You can probably get in contact with our friend. Kalir.
Okay.
Who's kind of the contact that was talking to Duchess. And he informs you that no, there was no hive planned actions related to this. It was someone else entirely. And they do think it's kind of odd, but they just wash their hands of it. It doesn't affect them, more or less.
Perfect.
Because they deal more with like mercantile things and less with odd arcane rituals. So they're more than happy to see it stopped, but they don't have a ton of information to help you with. Let me give you 1 sec to think. Yeah, I mean, the hive, I think, would just tell you stuff that you don't necessarily, you kind of already know, like There's various arcane groups that are kind of menacing. Like there's the Circle of Flame, there's the Dimmer Sisters who could have been doing it. For all you know, it could be something else entirely. It could be Lord Skurlock.
That Lord Skurlock just keeps showing up. Great. No, I think that all I wanted to know is that, like, if I impersonated a buyer or if I, like, was just want to make sure the hive ain't gonna be mad.
They're not going to be mad.
Perfect.
They don't have much help to offer.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know if we need any more gathering information. What do you guys think? Vinny wants to blow it up. Stun bombs.
Okay, well, then you need to pick a point and what kind of score you want to do.
Okay, since
Or
we're
what your
shadows, I think we should definitely do
engagement?
assault.
The most shadowy assault.
We'll make the building a shadow of its former self.
Through explosions.
I mean, you're a saboteur, so it could be shadowy explosions.
No one would notice the building missing.
Yeah, you will probably have to break in. I mean, he's not
I mean, we should probably do stealth, almost certainly.
running around everywhere. Okay, stealth. What's your point of infiltration going to be?
Let's see. He's a like you, right?
Yeah.
Yourself. So he's probably put traps on like every entrance, even the ones that are
Probably.
not normal entrances. So let's make our own entrance.
That's what I was thinking too.
Bring this baby down.
I love it.
Okay, I think our point of entry is going to be a small 1.5 foot diameter hole blasted into the wall
Okay,
behind
sure.
a dumpster.
It's not a very big building, so they'll probably...
Oh, I was imagining it was like a giant tenement or something.
No, yeah, I guess I haven't really... I think it's not a giant tenement. That's too big. I think it's a small... I think it's like a 2-story with a basement.
I mean, we could come in the basement then. You guys have maps and passkeys of underground passages?
We happen to have maps and passkeys.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Here they are.
Down there and blow a hole in that sucker.
Oh, look. Is there an underground passageway or tunnel that we could...
Maybe
is there a
filled with
waterway? Is there a
water?
gondola we can ram through the side of this building?
Is there gondola access to the basement?
Yes, and I'm sure you could rig some explosive jetpack, like jet-powered gondola thing for me to just,
of course,
trireme into a wall.
Okay, yeah. So I think that's viable. You could, if you want to do that. Sound like a plan? Break through the basement.
Yeah, and then that makes most sense, I think.
And then work from there.
We gotta take them both, so yeah.
Well, that is true. Yeah.
Knock them out.
All right, that sounds like your engagement plan. What is going to be your loadout?
Heavy.
I'm going in heavy.
Going in heavy. Dressed up
Normal?
to the nines with bombs. Normal?
Okay.
I guess I can be heavy. I'm used to being in disguise, so I don't know what to do when I'm not in disguise.
We're going in guns blazing.
That's true. What is this?
If everyday people see you, they'll be like, "Oh, those are some bad dudes." So
That's why we're going in on the gondola.
A little harder.
And then underground.
The underground gondola?
I guess maybe not on the gondola if we're just on tunnels underground.
Underwater passages.
Sure. Underwater? I don't think gondolas go underwater.
Well, it's underground passages with
We have a
water. That's what I'm
submarine
trying to say.
gondola, Logan.
There's just 2 gondolas on it's upside down though.
No, we do,
Clamshelled.
we
duct
do
taped
Pirates
around
of the
the edge.
Caribbean, where we carry the gondola and we
Oh,
breathe the
that's
air.
not a bad idea.
I know, I'm a pirate.
From the infamous and highly accurate movie Pirates of the Caribbean.
Hey,
Known for the most creative, if not the most realistic depictions.
Sean, is that not our gang?
I know, it's fine. Okay, so let's go through that engagement roll. 1D, is this particularly bold or daring? I would say yes. Does it expose a vulnerability? Not really. Friends or contacts?
I would
Aid
say
or
his
insight?
vulnerability is he has probably not booby trapped or like alarmed a wall in the basement.
Probably not.
Like if we were coming in through a vent, I would say yeah, he probably has alarms all over that place.
No, but you're also using an explosion to get into.
It's a subtle explosion.
Literally unnoticeable from my interpretation of the rules.
From your interpretation. Wait, let me look this up again.
It says your work is much quieter than it should be, and the damage is hidden from casual inspection.
I mean, that's pretty significant.
What are you, a leech?
I'm a saboteur.
Saboteur. But yeah, it is in Leech.
Even use the muffle explosion, and it will be very quiet and extremely hard to notice.
Compare that to the alternative, which is I can literally breathe poison. So
I mean, we still
one's
have the
fun.
silence potion that what's her face has.
What's her
So-
face is me.
What's her face? Your face, Sylph.
All right, okay,
I
I'll
am
give
hurt.
you a vulnerability. He is higher tier than you, so I'll take one away for that, though.
perfect. So we're still at +1.
Mm-hmm.
Who wants to roll that?
We have 2?
Yeah.
I got it. 6!
A 6. Wow.
Boy.
All
These
right.
fortune rolls have been on point.
Yeah, Abby, you're only going to roll our fortune rolls from now on.
Can you just make all my rolls actually?
Okay. So,
Just get that snoot.
setting everything up, you all kind of bring your equipment with the gondola. Use the gondola as like an equipment sled almost. And Vinny's got a special set of explosives for this operation, known for their quietness and sort of precision. And getting all that in place, you quickly blow a small hole into the side of the basement wall before climbing into what looks like a pretty dark, I mean, there's no light source, so whatever light y'all have with you is the only thing in there. It's a pretty empty room with just a table with some scraps of paper thrown over it, and as well as maybe a bookcase or two, what looks like some supplies and various crates. And then in the corner, you see a person gagged and bound, kind of making some noises in the corner. And we'll
knock
end
knock.
there for next session
Nice.
with that great engagement roll.
Ba-ba-ba.
All right. Thanks so much, everyone, for joining us. Oh, and I guess we need to do XP, but do we want to do that now?
We'll
or-
do it now because otherwise we'll forget everything.
Yes.
For true.
For true.
Yes. Okay, never mind.
For
Okay.
true.
I was like trying to keep this done in like 3 hours, but you know, that never happens.
Hey,
So-
we have 5 minutes to keep it under 3 hours.
Oh my
Well,
gosh,
I
speed
feel
XP,
like
speed XP.
I feel like XP, it's downtime that takes longer. It's
Yeah,
the
XP is easy.
True.
I
It
mean,
does.
just say
XP
yes
is
to
easy.
everything and we'll be done in no time. Sean.
Damn.
Yeah.
3 XP each. Done.
Okay. Y'all keep track of all your desperate rolls.
Yes.
Yeah.
Playbook specific triggers.
Mine is
I'll-
stealth or evasion, which I always do.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's the only thing I can do.
There was a big calculated
Yeah,
move
you
on
definitely
my part. There was
calculated.
flashbacks in flashbacks. Okay, I can't get much more
Mhm.
calculation.
I use my beliefs, drives, heritage, and background,
You did. Okay.
and deception and influence. Like,
Yes, I'll give you that.
I influence Penderton to
Mhm.
get
Mhm.
out of town.
Definitely. Okay, did the other two of you do beliefs, drives, heritage, or background?
I expressed my Tycherosi heritage by helping the Tycherosi.
True. Okay, there you go.
I don't think so. I might have done. I
think
definitely
so.
struggled with vice or trauma in that I was arrested going to it, but also I used a bomb because I wanted people to know that I was here.
Okay, yeah, I'll give that to you. And then I think that's all of that. Crew advancement. Did you execute a? What are you supposed to execute?
The theft of a woman.
Okay. You did steal a woman, actually. So I'll give you that. Contend with challenges above your current station. Yes. Bolster your crew's reputation and develop a new one.
We did follow Penderton's contract, like to the letter.
You did.
We didn't.
We
kill
had
grandma.
inner conflict of if we should kill the woman or not.
We did.
I
get
a
unstable
half,
when you start
with
killing
probably
people I
a
identify
half from
with.
each of those, but you just add them together and it's one.
Yeah, I'll give you one. I'll give
Yes,
you
we
one.
advance.
Yay!
Huzzah!
Can take a new special ability or mark 2 crew upgrades.
Do we have to pay?
No.
Oh,
What is this?
No, this is just your crew.
it's just
stuff.
advancement. Wow.
That we should probably do off screen.
Yeah,
because
we're
we
gonna have to
would
debate
want to
that one
look
for a
through
while.
everything.
Yep.
Y'all might want to think about getting some people to
A
fill out your
gang.
game. So you don't
Yeah.
have to keep buying a physiker every time
True.
or something. We'll see.
Dev.
All right. But that clears up most of that, I think. And next week we'll be doing Iron Sworn, like usual.
Mm-hmm.
And then the week after that, it should be more Blades.
I feel like I don't. What happened with Iron Sworn? Where
Exactly.
did we
So
leave off?
I was just talking to chat, and Kenny suggested that we should do like a little write-up of what happened in every episode. Like, it doesn't have to be long because we don't end up doing that much, right? We can just cut it down. So I'll try to do that for like last week and maybe the time before for Iron Sworn, and like do a little summary, and then we'll all know what's going on and all the important NPCs, and I can post it to the YouTubes too, and it can like all be linked up, and it'll be cool. So I'll try that for next week, and hopefully we'll have it to tweet out so that people can be caught up.
Yes, definitely. It is hard to keep track when we only do it every other week, but we would love to move to every week.
I know.
Eventually.
Especially quarantined up, like I just have that.
That's a goal one day.
RPG itch.
So much time, luckily.
So much time.
But yeah, everyone stay safe out there, of course.
Yeah.
Be smart. Take care of each other. And we look forward to seeing you next week.
Thanks for watching.